Hey YouTube, I just want to bring you this quick clip here. What it's going to detail is about my theory on how the Illuminati isn't, this conspiracy from 1776, even though that's when it was documented. It's the world's first official documented conspiracy, the Bavarian Illuminati with Adam Weishaupt. You can go check that out. But like I've been trying to say, it's not just them. It's been going on since the dawn of time. If you go back and you look at the Mayan cultures, the people who are pretty much responsible for this 2012 thing, even though it's not directly their fault, but the Mayans worshipped Molech. I've done a video on it, and you can go back and check it out for yourselves, and you'll see. And that's exactly who the guys in the Bohemian Club, the rich, the elite, they meet up in Sonoma, California, and Alex Jones, even though I exposed him, he did a video on it, and that's what they do. And who knows what they learned from Molech? I mean, these are demons. And if you'll watch the show on the History Channel, Ancient Aliens, they'll say we got all our knowledge from ancient aliens and all that, and all these tools from them. But I'm going to go ahead and disagree and say that it's from demons. And you know why? You know what? I fell for that ancient alien stuff. It's very convincing, and I'm a really smart person, and I fell for it. And I fell for Satan's lies, so don't be ashamed if you have. It is very convincing. It's very well thought out and researched. And like I'm trying to say, it's just deceit, man. If you really look back and investigate, you'll see something else. If you look at the other side of the story, it makes much more sense. And like I'm saying, if you ever studied geology or earth science, you'll notice that North and South America fit into the side of Europe and Russia. The world looks like a giant puzzle piece. If you rotate North and South America that way and fit them into Russia, they fit not perfectly, but pretty good. And people say it's continental drift and tectonic plates, but that's proof right there that ancient cultures could have had access to each other. And they're saying, oh, that was millions of years ago. I don't buy that. I don't buy the Earth was 6,000 years, and I don't buy it was 4.9 billion or whatever they're saying. And I've done a lot of science, so I don't want to hear that either. But anyways, like I'm saying, if you go and research Pangea, it's a valid theory, and you can see it for yourselves. And it's because of tectonic plates and continental drifts that our land masses are separated now, but they used to be fit together. So the Mayans and the Aztecs and the Hopis, they could have had they could have had a way to share knowledge. But like I'm saying, it doesn't matter, because it wasn't from the ancient aliens. You can't prove that any more than you can prove it was demons, but I'm going to do my best. And so I'm going to go ahead and say that it was fallen angels, aka demons, and this clip here is going to go ahead and verify that. This is the first clip I've ever seen anything like, and I'm going to go ahead and claim fair use, so I want you to check this out.
But what happened to the rebellious angels? Did they drown in the flood along with their wives and sons? No. The once faithful sons of God dematerialized back into the spirit realm, and they are now known as the demons.
Before it gets too quick, that's why there's the Gilgamesh flood and all that. That's why they spread it throughout their culture. That's in the movie Zeitgeist, it exposes them. If you know anything about world culture, you know there's all sorts of flood stories. And one of the most famous is the Epic of Gilgamesh, and I had to study that last year, and it was really boring. I hate that kind of stuff. I like science. But anyway, now I can see that it was God trying to, get me to wake up back then, and I wasn't getting it quite yet. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. These fallen angels, they can't be killed by stuff like that. They're pretty much immortal until the end of days, which is coming up. And they can be killed by things like that. This is all just theories, and I know it sounds crazy, I really do. And it's tough for me to even say these kind of things, but what you believe, you got to say, or what good is your belief, So you can call me crazy. It doesn't matter to me anymore. Like I'm saying, I'm really smart, and I'm not saying your opinions don't matter, but if you just want to insult me, then I'm not going to take your opinion for anything, because there's a 99.7% chance I'm more intelligent than you, and I can mathematically prove that. But before I get arrogant, let's roll this.
King, Satan, the devil, the demons, are the actual
Let me just roll back so you can hear the whole clip without my rambling.
Now known as sons? No. The once faithful sons of God dematerialized back into the spirit realm, and they are now known as the demons. Under their king, Satan the devil, the demons are the actual unseen rulers of this world.
Think about that.
Their insidious influence is reflected in popular culture that glorifies superheroes and promotes magic and violence and sexual promiscuity of all kinds.
Just sit back and really look at how society is. Look at how girls act. They go out and they hook up with all these random dudes, and dudes do it too. Look at the last time I watched TV, the show Jersey Shore was popular, and that's all. The entire show is about going to the club and getting as drunk as possible and hooking up with as many girls as you can. That's what is cool in society.
As a result of their misleading influence, the world is self-absorbed with the everyday cares and attractions of the world.
Sorry for my
Eating,
puppies.
drinking, and marrying,
Hi.
just as in the days of Noah. But Satan knows that his days are numbered.
And they are. Anyway, that's all I'm going to take because I constantly get copyright strikes, even though fair use lets you get a few minutes of a clip. But anyway, just think about it. That can describe UFOs too. You know, the spirit realm, they defy all these things of physics, so, you know, the laws of our world may not apply to these fallen angels, and they don't. That's why these UFOs can disappear and they only appear to some people, and, you know, once you really look into them too, they're pretty easy to figure out. But anyway, before I start rambling again too much, and before I sound totally, like, what's the word, like a lunatic here, I'm just going to go ahead and stop, and I hope you enjoyed that clip. And thinking about things like the spirit realm sounds a little bit too new age, and it is, but there's no other way to describe it. I mean, soon these fallen angels are going to pass from the spirit realm into our realm, and that means they'll be able to physically interact with us instead of just being able to influence us, you know what I'm saying? Because right now I think there's still kind of boundaries and limitations on what they can do. They can influence us, like it's saying, through media and culture, but they can't actually force us to do anything yet. But I think one of the trumpets, the fifth trumpet I think it is a demon army, and it gets released on us, so you know, who knows what happens then. And I don't want to think about that kind of stuff. I want you people to learn this now before you're looking at these demons face to face, and then you'll see that they're not aliens, and you'll be like, oh man, what did I... They'll look like aliens, I'm sure. They can appear however they want. It says all over in the Bible. But like I said, this is getting long. I hope you found this informative and that you enjoyed it, and if you did, you know, spread it around, because I think time's getting short, people. So let me know what you think and pass it on for me. Alright, take care.